NVIDIA today, right?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Let's go to today. This morning. What time did you get in?
When it broke pre-market high and I stayed in too long.
So pre-market high, and then
So
you rode that candle down, that hammer candle from the top, you're saying?
So
Yeah, I wrote that one down. Then it bounced off, and all right, it looks like we got an engulfing candle and go, but then it just went straight down.
So what time frame were you trading off of?
Usually, I've been trading off of the 3-minute, but on that one, I was on the 1-minute since it was so volatile, and that was a wrong move.
All right, let's look here. So you got in here, right?
Oh, hold up. I'm just now seeing your screen sharing. Hold up. Which stream?
Whoa. Were you looking at the 1 minute, or like which time frame were you looking
Yeah,
at?
If you were
1
looking,
1 minute.
I see zero reason to be getting in a bullish trade there. None whatsoever.
Also,
If you would have waited,
hold on. Why did you get into that trade? Let's just start there.
That's
Like nobody alerted that in the Discord, that I was aware of.
Yeah, no, you're right. The only one I think Amma had mentioned it, and then I was looking at it because I felt like it had been doing good from the day before. It was pumping. I was like, hey, it looks like it's on the daily. It looks bullish. We might
but
get some continuation, but we didn't.
Okay. Well, trading that fast and open is crazy risky. We can sit here all we want and say, shouldn't have done that. That's not going to help you. But let's just kind of take a look at, Justin, if you want to do the replay, if you look at the daily, whatever, but then when we go to today's and see the replay, here's the thing. If we pump into open, I usually am not in calls. That doesn't mean we don't pump and open and go. But like the last 15 minutes before open, I hate when I'm looking at, like, I want Tesla calls it open and it pumps 5 minutes or 15 minutes to open. Because I think the opposite's going to happen. Does the opposite always happen? Of course not. But I just personally like the opposite to happen. If I want a long Tesla to open and we get a little dump right before, I love that. So right here we have a spinning. That's a spinning. That's just me personally. Now that candle there, that was a spinning top. This next one here is not a spinning top, but we're on like a very small time frame. You're instantly taking it out.
the very first minute is a bearish engulfing candle.
Yeah. No, I got out on the second. I got in on the second candle when it bounced up, but I think I got filled a little late, and then we got that freaking gravestone or evening star or whatever doji.
So even here, still, you didn't break the top of this candle at 180. You needed to break the top of that candle before you should have ever even considered being bullish on this, in my opinion. Because this is still a valid 2 down candle. You see what I mean? You barely broke the top of the body of this candle.
Well, in other words, you just need more reasons for a trade than, like, I don't, I'm not really sure why you entered still, but it's just not.
Okay, have a good one, Jill. You need something, let me know.
Honestly, if this right here broke that 179, like 75, 179, let's just call it 180. Really, right?
See,
Because
here's your next candle.
That's the one
If-
that killed me, and I stayed in. I
This-
meant to get out. I meant to get out, and it happened so quick that I didn't get out. I stayed in. I'm thinking, okay, well, if you look at the next candle after that, it was another looked like a bullish candle to me, and I was like, all right, here we go.
so
Let's
you
go to
got
a
in
3 minute.
right when the
So
bell opened
here's your-
immediately. That's when you got in.
No, 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 no.
Like,
Second
okay.
candle, it looked like a piercing bullish candle to me, or harami, or however you want to damn call the candle. And that's when I got in. I feel towards the end of the second green candle in the 1 minute time frame.
So you phone. So to be, I'm not trying to be a dick by saying this. You FOMO'd into that. Realistically, you just jumped the gun. You didn't wait for any confirmations or anything.
Like a
Because
gamble.
if you'd have gone to, you did, and at a 3 minute, look, you're still a full. The 3 minute is selling volume and a bearish engulfing. Even still, what's your next candle look like? Yeah, there's your 3-2 down. If you would have looked at the 3 minute, knowing that was the first 3 minutes was bearish engulfing, you would have known not to go bullish or to
Also,
go into calls.
that first minute candle, or on the 3 minute rather, that's a long-legged doji spinning top. That is like a really bearish candle. So any long-legged doji is like look for what's going to happen next is important. And in this case, you never got the low. I call it a tootsie roll, but it's a long-legged doji, right? The little body there.
Mhm. Yep.
You have to clear that doji up or down. It looks like a plus sign, right? So on Tesla yesterday, we had a bunch of those in the 30 minute. And I was like, I'm just watching this flag. And it finally broke down. We had so many dojis, 30 minute. It was like crazy. And like the 10 minute and 15, I was looking at all those. And I was like, whichever way this breaks. And it broke down eventually. But like, you can't enter on those though. You know?
Yeah, no, I messed up just thinking. I guess, yeah, you could say FOMO, because I looked at the daily and I saw that doji, or same thing, spinning top after the gap up on Nvidia, and I'm thinking, okay, we're probably gonna go open up and break the 179.25, 28, whatever the top of that doji, and go towards the 181 area, and that's what I was expecting, and it didn't happen that way. So that's why I got in on that green candle, on the second green candle. I'm thinking, okay, it's above 179.25. It's probably gonna go here. But yeah, it went to 180.28 and then got rejected hard. Didn't react quick enough, so I just stayed in the trades like a dumbass. And
Is it, you do this quite often too, don't you? I'm just guessing.
Like, do you get in
that
right at open? You get in right at open all the
Okay.
time?
No,
Look-
not always. No, not always.
Okay.
Look at your next candle.
Yeah, on the 3 minute. Well, it looks like shit.
Yeah. Okay, Chris. To help you out, I want you to do me a favor. I do not want you to take a trade for a minimum of 10 minutes. Minimum. Wait 10 minutes. Let the
Dude, I would say
first 10
20.
minutes of volatility, or even 15, and then go off of an opening break, 15-minute opening range. The only I'm just trying to save you some money here, because you jumping in the first, if
Sorry,
there's
forgot to press the key. Yeah, I'm listening.
right? If you would have waited for all of this to clear out, what's your next 15-minute look like? Then you have an inside candle and then a 2 down. You could have got in at the break of that right there on puts and made some money. You would have at least gone green for 15 minutes. Does that make sense?
Like at the rejection of the 9 after the big engulfing red candle over the 3 minute.
Yep. You have look. You have a bearish engulfing, and then an inside candle. Okay, focus on the inside candle. Right there. When you break either the bottom of this wick right here, a 177.71, or if you would have broken 178.44, you could have gone long above that for a push back up over pre-market high into a new high a day, or the break below it, which it did, for a push under 177, which it did.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I see it.
Even though this was only a 71-cent move, that's still a lot.
You're looking
especially at open.
Especially on an open.
On the 3 minute, because I know you guys trade up the 3 minute. I've been trading up the 3 minute. I'm trying to trade up the 3 minute now. When would you have entered? When it rejected of the 9?
Yep, right here is where I would have entered.
Yeah, I see it.
See where it comes back into the 10?
Yeah, 10, 9.
The 9 is the same thing.
Same thing.
Okay, now my entry would have been here. And I'd have scaled out some here. And I'd have watched for it here.
And then at that point, on that one, you would have waited for the break of the bottom of that candle. Which
if it would have gone up here and hit VWAP, I would have gotten out. But it didn't. It come back through. This didn't turn into a 2 up. It stayed an inside bar. If it would have gone 2 up, I would have gotten out. But it stayed inside until it come back through this candle. And it
so
went 2 down.
Even if you don't know what Justin's talking about with the strat, that's fine. Just look at the candle bodies. Like, after 9:45 a.m., those dojis didn't clear above. They still went down. You know, every doji on your screen right here broke bearish. Every single doji.
Mm-hmm.
What did I tell you this morning? This is about the time you sent me a message. What did I tell you this morning?
If it was below VWAP, you be careful.
Be careful under VWAP.
Yeah.
And it didn't come back above VWAP until when?
Until like 11 something.
I mean, it kind of just sat flat.
Yeah, it just consolidated for a while. I averaged down. I drew the fibs on it, and then I averaged down the last push down, and I waited for it to come back to VWAP, and I got out.
So, did you get out at like break even or something?
$20. I lost like $17. I lost.
Dude, you're fucking.
But I don't like doing that.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I drew the fibs, and I'm like, yeah, I think if we break above the 25, we're probably gonna head towards the 50, and it got pretty close. It much touched the 50 retrace, but it's right there at VWAP. So I got out. I did, yeah. It definitely. I think I got lucky.
You definitely got lucky.
Super lucky.
So tomorrow.
But everything else was pumping. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this shit?
NVIDIA was weak. AMD was weak. There was actually a bunch of them that was weak out of the gate.
The tech sector was weak for a little while.
Because Oracle took a dump right out of the gate and it drug it down with it. That's exactly what happened.
All right. So basically, your recommendation is definitely wait for like the 15-minute ORB, whether it breaks up or breaks down. And then
it's not about,
we talked about.
Yes, wait for the market to settle, but wait for the play to present itself. You know, there's nowhere on his screen that has a bullish entry. at all.
No.
You know, the only thing that would be bullish entry, only thing, if you are a sniper like that, is every time we made a new low a day, we got to bounce. 30 a.m. 40 a.m. We got a little bounce there. New low a day, 10 a.m. Got to bounce there. New low a day, 10:15. Got to bounce there. So you see a pattern here. New low a day, we bounce. Now, obviously we're going lower, but it's like I love those scalps. You guys see me in there all the time, and people are like, "Why aren't you just shorting if it's a down day?" And I'm like, I can't tell when you're gonna start to go down. I'm not good at that. I see an engulfing candles to form, and I'm like, oh, I'm in, and I can scalp 15%.
Mhm.
And this chart on your screen here, right here, is just like, that's chop. Look at that 3 minute. I would hate to trade this right here.
Yeah, I mean, this 3-bar right here, this mother bar, you damn near didn't come outside of this mother bar all day long. All day. It stayed inside of that range all day. That is almost completely untradeable. Well, that is completely untradeable, realistically speaking.
You talk about the meta chart that you have up?
Yep.
Even
Tesla.
here, NVIDIA was a horrible chart. What the fuck I was doing?
Gambling. Just gambling.
Solder it. Yeah, this morning I got back in Tesla. I think it was like right here this morning, back into the 355s. I think that's when I called it in. Actually, I know it is because I was looking at this candle and I'm like, shit, I'm getting in late. Right here in the middle of this candle is when I alerted it. As exactly when I got in 355s.
What time is it? 10 a.m.?
Yep, right here. I actually wanted it to get in right here, the break of this one at 351.80, the break of 351.80, but I actually didn't get filled in till about 353, but it still ran.
Yeah, right at the break, the pre-market high.
Yeah, and I got out up in this area here, and then I sold my other ones back up into this area too, because this big zone I didn't trust. And it kind of just went into that zone and chopped there all day long. You see that? It chopped in that zone pretty much all day. It couldn't break up, hold out of it, it come back into it. So, and that was even after hours.
Is that like an order block from a higher time frame that you have?
Yep, sure is. I'll show you.
I just want
Right
Justin to quit his job and teach us this every day.
Whatever.
I do, man. I like watching this stuff.
Yeah.
So you can. So the way I taught myself order blocks is that, and I kind of taught myself this. I look for a sharp move down or a sharp move up. Okay. We've kind of come up into this area and it's sold off. Come up into this area and it's, and it's struggled right here, but it's always sold off out of this area. But normally I would look at an order block as, okay, we got a sharp move down right here. We got a sharp move down here. So I would take and draw a block on this one from the bottom of this body to the top of the wick, like so. And there's a bearish order block. because whoever was in this right here got left. I guarantee there was sellers left behind here in this sharp move down. And there again here in this sharp move down. Now, if you've dragged this out, look at where but we've talked about 355, 350 to 355, how many times? KT?
So many.
353. Always looked
So
at that
many.
as a rejection spot, did we not? Look, and if you drag this cross, look how many times it rejected there.
Yeah, just did it.
Now I've kind of
yesterday.
this over a little bit after the last little bit of time. It come up here, it sold down. It come up here, it sold down. Here was another one, 341 to 344. It sold off, and there was times it came up there and did the look right here. Come up, and it was testing the bottom of that zone. Come up, tested the bottom of that zone. After we cleared that zone good, then obviously I started drawing new blocks. But this one up here, that top one, is kind of where we're still at. And until we get a break and hold above 370, I mean, we didn't come clear out of this and really hold it.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of are. We could chop back down into this zone. I was saying earlier, I would not be surprised if we came back and retested this area. Because look how many times we hit our head there, hit our head there. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times before we shot through that zone. There was a lot of sell orders there. Now, here's a big sharp move to the upside. So realistically, I should be able to just take this and move it down here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'll guarantee you there was buyers left behind here.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm going to look at 350 as support.
Mm-hmm. Exactly where we rejected yesterday, though, too. Because look at yesterday and 3 days ago, opening print. That 356. You know.
Yeah.
That's if we get there tomorrow.
Do you guys follow?
Probably getting calls.
You guys follow the rule? The one of drawing the order blocks, like a bullish order block on a red candle and a bearish order block on a green candle?
This is just kind of something I taught myself here. Looking for price watching what price does at a certain area. And I go way back into history and I look at that area. What did price do there in the history? Then I bring it forward. Does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, we've got, and when you're in an area like this, when you're between the two orange, that is chop. To me, that is choppy. That is all chop. That's shit. What I want to see is most all the time, where's my brush? Okay, is we come like we did here, but I usually like to see us go through the zone, come back and test the top of it for support, and then take off. Not come up into it and do that and do this. That's not what I want to see. Or we come up to it, maybe up into it a little bit, down out, back in, and then back down to your next zone. Does that make sense of what I look for? And then when you get back into this area, look for, something like this again. But like this,
it's like
this
a
one
demand
here,
systems, supply and demand.
But this, you can see, we kind of ripped right through this in 3 hours. And we come out of it, and now we're coming back in to retest it here after hours. So we want to see this hold in pre-market. If this holds in
flag up that and keep going.
Yes, this holds in pre-market. You know, here, I suspect we would come back into this here. My next area would be that. That'll be my next area of resistance. Right there.
I'm actually looking at the weekly.
So
looking at the
even
daily.
still, what I want this to do tomorrow would be maybe pop up here a little bit, come back into here, and hold this area right here for support, and then go to the next zone. And that's where I would look for resistance.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to look for on Tesla tomorrow, if that makes sense. Oops.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to get some profit taking.
I would
just got to see. Still data week. A lot of people don't trade data week, and you know, I'm shocked they made this move today. I really am, because after yesterday's rejection, I thought it was done for the week.
But also look at our RSI and our MFI. So when RSI is up here, I have learned my lesson. When it's up around 80, you don't go fucking long very long.
Yeah, you might. RSI is way. It always rejects in that zone too.
You might take a long scalp, but you start looking for a pullback into the VWAP on a 1 hour chart. And that would bring your MFI and your RSI down to cool them a little bit too. That would cool RSI for a push next week if we stay bullish into the 375 area. But I would not be surprised at all if we don't come back into there. That's what I would expect, is a pullback and a test of.
You're grabbing that zone out of that.
And you see why? Right there. There's a sharp move up. That sharp move left buyers behind. There are buyers sitting in this area, right where VWAP is at. VWAP's almost dead center of that. I'll guarantee there's buyers sitting there, waiting to get back in to go to this zone. So don't be surprised if we see a move that comes down here before we go there. This isn't Elliott wave theory or nothing like that. This is zone to zone. This is playing order block to order block.
I'm gonna stretch that out. I'm gonna look into it, see if I fully understand it. I gotta get what you're saying. Pretty much flagged, and then there was a sharp move up.
Sharp move up. Here.
That's so.
Oh shoot. Whoops. Here. This
now,
one
do you
is
always draw the zones in the hour, in the daily 4 hour, 1 hour?
I do the 1 hour and then I drop down to 15 minute. Then I'll drop into the 15 minute. Oh, look at how I drew that zone right there. On the 1 hour. See how that lined up with the 15 minute as well?
Yep.
There's another one right here on 15 minute. Here's our right here. There's this sharp move left buyers behind. So there's still a
do you include pre-market candles or just market hours?
nope. I use pre-market as well.
Okay.
So this is going to be a
slow one. That's the one for the doji on the 50. You got it on the 15-minute. I got it on the 1 hour, but it's the same thing. Give me 1 second. Let me say bye to some family members. All right, I'm back.
Anything else in here want to go over anything too?
What was that?
If there's anybody else,
No, so you stopped trading Meta, right? What do you maybe look at now? Like you had a good day today. That was Tesla, right, Justin?
that was Tesla and IWM, IMW.
Okay.
IWM.
You kind of cover your IWM trade for today?
Yeah, I'll go over it. Let's go IWM. Pull this one up. Okay, so it was this morning. Let's go. All right. So,
view, right?
So this morning, what I waited for is this right here. I waited 15 minutes and then I wanted it to hold the 10. It did. It come in, and it couldn't get underneath it and close. So I actually took the trade right here. I bought 238s. I bought 5 of them, and I held it to here. And when on this inside bar, I got out. That's when I got out of the trade.
Why did you get out there? For example, if it was holding the 10,
because it was just a scalp. It was I only ran 5 cons and went really light, and I knew it would stall out here. I knew it would stall there, and I was actually expecting it to kind of come back into VWAP, and it didn't. So, and then I was actually looking at Tesla and helping somebody else in Discord, and I was watching this here because I was going to take this move up to 240, and I didn't. I missed it because I was helping somebody else, and it was okay. But that was the IWM trade today. And that one went 100%. That was 100% trade this morning, right there. Give me just a sec, guys. I got somebody here. I need a help for just a minute.
No problem.
Oh yeah, IWM was so today was way cleaner.
Yeah, that was definitely a clean chart. And if I just follow, the same rules that me and him were talking about, me and Justin last time, would have done all right.
Yeah, it's tough to find that strong ticker. That's why when Amy's like bullish outlier, like especially in pre-market, which like let's say SPY's flat or even slightly red, and then you have a ticker that's really green or really red. Anyway, it's just.
You know what happens to me sometimes? Actually, I think losses a lot of times when I hear somebody that I know is a great trader call something out or say they're watching something, and then I just get fixated on that ticker because I'm like, bro, they're way better, more profitable right now, and way better trader than I. They must see something I don't see. So then I get fixated with that chart, and I end up taking trades on those tickers instead of watching the rest of the market or waiting for it, and then I get smoked.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about having your own conviction, because you can't hold a trade in your account based on someone else's conviction. You just can't.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. If I'm just able to gain control of that, man, I think I will do all right.
If there's anything else you guys want me to go over, just let me know. Think about it for just a minute.
Nah, man, we're good.
If any of you guys can cover some psychology, that'll be great.
Well, I mean, what was Justin talking about at the beginning? You can't FOMO. You can't. I mean, when you say trusting traders, like, you still have to have the charts and the levels. Like, let's say Justin, who I respect his trades and all that, is like, I really like Nvidia today, and then we open up with that dip. I would be looking for a falling wedge type pattern to form before getting in. But just getting in at open, I very, very rarely will enter, within 2 minutes of open like that, because the candles are just up and down. It's different if you're like, hey, I'm watching this Tesla level and we open right above it, it starts to go. You're like, hey, we've been waiting for this level a long time, and then you can catch 50% on one candle, like, for sure. Absolutely. But you have to have supreme conviction to get in a minute into open. Or, I mean, if it's a swing, that's different. But for a day trade, I mean, you need a lot more than, the chart looks good. What was the other chart that looked good? I just saw the other day a chart looked amazing. It dumped it open. I think it was Amazon. So that happens all the time, Still got to let that pattern play out, especially if you're going to day trade it. So, commit to not chasing. Like, you're like, literally, like, I will never chase ever. If I'm not in the falling wedge right when it retests on the breakout, I'm not going to get in, on the high part of the wedge, stuff like that. Super, super key. And
I was gonna say real quick, KT, unless you're like a ninja and unless you really feel like you can be in and out of a trade and flip your bias, the first 15 to 30 minutes is not for you. Like, I'll trade the open. Like this morning, I played the rejection on SPY at pre-market high, and then it didn't give me the full percentage gain that I wanted, but I got stopped green, and then I flipped and took the calls. So unless you're okay flipping your bias, and unless you're really dialed in with your risk reward and stop losses and all that, you're going to get wrecked the first 15 minutes. I take losses all the time and have to flip and whatnot in that first 15 minutes. So it's like,
Yeah.
If you have a tendency to hold on to those, just avoid it.
Yeah, I mean, the first 10 minutes for sure, but even first 20, when I get into a play, I'm by the cut button immediately. I'm like, I'm cutting if this goes against me, like whack-a-mole. I put that GIF sometimes, the whack-a-mole one, but I'm just like, I absolutely will not be in anything that is starting to get like a spinning top and all that on the 1, 2, 3 minute, because you never know. Now, if you have a macro level that it's breaking above and all that, that's different. But you can't just be like, we're above pre-market high. Like, it takes 3, 4, 5 candles just to even establish that you're above something. So it's just the faster you jump into trades, the faster you'll just like lose your money. It's just like every single time. I've said so many times I jumped into that too soon, and it's very rare that I'm like, oh, I waited too long to enter, because I won't chase, you know. So it is, you have to find that sweet spot. I think Justin might be busy.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm spinning around I just had a customer picking up their bike. So
that's
that was
cool.
all. But I'm back. So anything else? But anyway, on this IWM trade, yes, it went higher here, but really I caught the quick meat of the move,
Right.
and it chopped for
An hour?
30 minutes.
Oh, sorry. You're on the 3 minute.
For 30 minutes before it moved again. That right there, even though I was in the 238s and I was up in the money, you know, that still kills premium. It still starts pulling away from the money you made. So I just didn't really see the point in sitting there. That's why I sold here. And I was just kind of waiting for this next move if it was going to happen. But like I said, I was helping somebody and it happened. It don't matter.
Yeah.
And then really it moved up a little bit more, but it didn't really move a lot the rest of the day.
Those candle
kinda
bodies are
chopped.
so small. I mean, you could catch it, but the candle bodies are just.
Yeah, there's not enough to make enough money onto, I guess, warrant playing it. And I've noticed that with IWM, you get a move and you make money on it and then it chops, and if you miss it, you just missed it. That's all there is to it. It's not as volatile as some of the other things, in my opinion.
Well, the factors that you can control for getting wrecked, bag holding, being down 50% instantly, all that stuff, is buy an expiration that's further out, wait not so close to open to trade, and don't buy so far out of the money. You know, if you do those three things, you're good.
How many strikes out of the money do you guys usually buy? Like maybe 1, 2 strikes? I usually buy at the money or in the money. But obviously out of the money pays a little better.
I pretty much buy at the money all the time.
Yeah. On IWM too, sometimes I'm buying in the money because out of the money is so far. It'll be like 8 cents, and then in the money is 89. I'm like, what the heck? I'm not going to buy, you know.
Even Tesla or Meta, when I was playing Meta, those contracts were expensive because I would buy at the money.
Yeah, those are the money and the money contracts are usually very expensive, I guess, because intrinsic value or whatever.
You might have but you also have a lot less risk. Also, a lot less risk. If I go way out, if I'm going to go $5 or $10 out of the money on something like Tesla or something, I'm a month out in a contract.
Every time.
I bought three 70s yesterday. I bought 370s, but they were 1017 contracts. It was a 1017 contract.
Okay.
And I still, I could have held on to that today and I'd have made $1,500 on that contract if I would have held it. But I sold it in this area here. I actually sold it in this bearish right here. The top of this candle, I sold that contract today. And the reason why, or no, this doji, it was this doji right here in the 15-minute chart. I sold that contract because we had a big green candle and then a doji. What usually happens after a doji like that is you get a move down. It popped up and then it come down, but I'd already sold them. Yes, they were month out contracts, but I wasn't into giving a bunch of money back today. I figured, hell with it. I'll wait for it to pull back and get back in. I'll wait for the pullback. And then it went up and damn near went in the money. So it's hindsight. You know what I mean? You can never guess exactly what it's going to do. You're never going to guess the exact time. And you're never going to buy the exact product. That usually almost never happens. I leave money on the table all the time, and I'm just okay with it. Does it suck? Yeah. If you're going to be consistent and be profitable, you're going to leave money on the table.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Pretty good. Let you know.
What else do you want to go over?
I think we're good, man. Are you looking for
Oh.
anything for tomorrow? What's your main thing to look for tomorrow?
Actually, really think we're going to get a bit of a pullback tomorrow. And the reason why is we closed so high on the SPY today.
Yeah, we did.
We closed clear up here today.
Mm-hmm.
I really expect tomorrow us to have, we may get a pop up, but up into this area, into the after hours high, back into 658. But I really think we get a pullback tomorrow. I think there's a bit of a sell-off tomorrow. I'll watch for a spike up into there. And then a drawback. Pre-market, I kind of expect pre-market to do this, and then an opening bell, maybe up into here, reject, and then come back down into this area. That's kind of what I think for tomorrow.
Yeah. That place we tapped all day is the biggest level. That 657, 62, I think we're at it right now. We tapped there all day long.
Yep.
So question, for example, KT, so would you draw a blue line right there in that bullish, the green candle where we closed today? A blue line right underneath that green candle?
Well, for a blue line, I have to have more than one touch. I draw a gold line, like yellow. Sometimes I'll do magenta. So I'll go to the daily chart, sometimes the 4-hour. And if we keep hitting a level, I will do that. It's really tough at all-time highs to draw levels. So
Mhm.
you're more waiting for intraday patterns, like a falling wedge, things like that. See that? And then if you go from where it says entry, the top of the E, that word E, entry, the bottom of that, right there. Go from there to where we're at right now, with another line.
Oh, right here?
Yeah. The candle body, though. Yep, that's what I'm watching. So,
That's a daily. That's just daily there.
Yeah. Actually, you might be able to go under to August 1st and have more touches. Go all the way down to August 1st. There we go. The candle body. And then bring the right side of that line down. Right there. Go back up. Right there.
Yeah, there.
I think you disregard. And then the bottom left one, Friday, August 25th, anchor of the line, all the way on the bottom left of your screen.
Right
all
here.
the way on the bottom left. Nope, all the way down where the line starts.
Oh,
Bring
here.
that up to the candle body.
Okay.
Yeah, bring that up to the candle body. There we go. So we got a doji off of that August 19th. We were only under it 1 day, so that kind of doesn't matter. So if we retest 650, that'd be cool. I would definitely be long then.
Look, I have an order block at 650, don't I? Wow.
There we go. Boom. So we'll see. We will see. I usually don't plan stuff for the next day. But
1 hour. Yeah, that's a 1 hour from back here.
So that order block is for one. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. 1 hour.
But look how many times we hit it, we rejected, come up and hit it, kind of come up and then rejected back through it hard. Come up and look how many times we hit our head on it, right here, right there, before we come through, and then we retest. We went through, come up, and retested it here. And then we retested this one,